By definition, a VPN is meant to protect your online privacy. At least that's what each of them promises. And yet, some providers sell user data. Others are riddled with malware. So is a VPN safe to use, or is privacy just an empty promise? Everything you do online, doesn't matter if it's just browsing or mindless social media scrolling, it leaves behind some digital footprints. And this information is everything from your interests to even your real location. Businesses claim it's for customized online experience. Governments say it's for national security. Threat actors, well, at least they're honest. They're just out for your info and money. If you want to protect yourself and start looking into online privacy, 100 VPNs will claim to protect you from all of it. Your digital armor, your internet freedom, your whatever synonym for privacy they come up with. Okay, sure, in theory, this works really well. Once you connect to a VPN, your internet traffic goes through a remote server and also gets fully encrypted. To any prying eyes, it's turned into a complete bunch of gibberish. On top of that, your internet service provider can no longer see what you're doing, and websites can't tell your real location. Instead, they only see the location of the VPN server. All of this sounds amazing for privacy, so naturally you start to think about getting a VPN. Is it worth it though? Is using a VPN safe? In reality, the answer is both yes and, well, no. It can go both ways. The security of a VPN is individual. It heavily depends on the provider. Sometimes picking out the rotten VPN apple is as simple as Googling their name. I can already tell you a few. HolaVPN, Betternet, SuperVPN. You can actually start to notice a trend. Most of these providers offer their VPN services for free, so this quickly becomes a simple rule. If you're not paying for a product, you are the product. Well, your data is, and believe me, it is worth a lot. Because of this, as a rule of thumb, I tend to say no to the "Are free VPN safe?" question. Sure, there are a few exceptions, but they're few and far between, and almost all of them are premium providers that offer limited free versions, the so-called freemium VPNs. But don't think if you pay for a VPN that it's suddenly automatically magically 100% safe. To actually determine is VPN a scam or not, there are 6 core security and privacy things to check. For starters, look for a no logs policy. It's usually written in the privacy policy pages of each VPN. If a provider is to be trusted, you need to see a clear no logs statement, which legally binds a VPN provider to not record and collect your data. Some VPNs further support this claim by using RAM-based servers. It's not an absolute necessity, but these servers are designed to not be able to retain data long term. If your VPN has them, it is a major green flag. Another thing to look for is an independent audit. It's a third-party security company coming in to check if the no-logs policy of a VPN provider actually holds up and if they're actually doing what they say they do. The audits usually last for weeks or even months until they check every corner, every crack and crevice, and then release a report on their findings. There can also be additional audits for apps or things like server infrastructure, but a no-logs policy audit is the most important thing to have. One of the most popular VPNs, NordVPN, has actually completed 4 no-logs audits. So if you're wondering, is NordVPN safe? Definitely it is. Yes, it's one of the most secure options on the market. Moving on, let's talk about encryption. I always recommend choosing VPNs that at least use the industry standard AES 256 cipher. Now, this is what turns your data into the unreadable mesh of numbers, letters, and symbols. Anything less than that is unacceptable in my book. But there's a slightly better option too, CHA-20. It's a more modern cipher that comes with WireGuard, a tunneling protocol that powers the VPN connection. So yeah, if a VPN has WireGuard, it is another green flag. But here's the thing. You won't find it by name in the ExpressVPN or NordVPN app. You see, Express created its own protocol called Lightway, while NordVPN updated the WireGuard protocol and created NordLynx. The level of security in this case stays the same, but NordLynx provides a more stable and faster connection, both compared to regular WireGuard and Lightway. This is the main reason I recommend NordVPN so often. It balances security and performance like no other option that's currently on the market. If you're curious to try it yourself, I'll leave a link that will also also automatically apply a coupon code, so you'll save some cash too. That said, NordVPN wasn't always so successful. Back in 2018, a third-party server they used suffered a breach. Now, no user data was accessed or leaked, but I assume this is what caused them to improve their security and transparency in general. This is why I always suggest checking if a VPN's gone through trouble in the past and if they fixed it. ExpressVPN's also an example to learn from. They faced a ton of backlash after being acquired by Cape Technologies, a company rumored to spread malware. Now since then, they have bent over backwards to prove that it's still a safe choice. Multiple audits, bug bounties. I wouldn't say that I completely trust them now, but they seem on the right track, at least for now. Speaking of Cape, VPN ownership is an important thing to check as well. Like, isn't it concerning that this company has so many VPNs under its wing? Moreover, what is happening with IP vanish ownership? It keeps changing and it doesn't necessarily scream safe to me. So yeah, look out for these things. Lastly, if you're questioning is VPN safe to use, I also recommend looking at its jurisdiction. It's not always a deciding factor, but it's still rather important. That's because some governments have data retention laws or are part of intelligence sharing agencies such as the 14 Eyes Alliance. Now this is an agreement between them to track and share internet's user data under the pretense of national security. How safe is VPN if it's within the grasp of the Alliance? It's not automatically a lost cause, but you will need to pay more attention to the VPN's privacy claims. A good example here is Surfshark. Its jurisdiction is in the Netherlands, which is part of the 14 Eyes Alliance, but Surfshark has a strict no-logs policy that has been audited, and on top of that it uses RAM-based servers to ensure that no data actually sticks around. So yeah, it's another great choice. So as I've said before, the safety of a VPN is very much based on the VPN itself. If you use this checklist to tell which VPN is safe to use and which isn't, you'll find some worthy candidates that will deliver on the promise of safeguarding your online presence. And yet, keep in mind that you can't be 100% safe with any tool. You still need to be mindful whenever you're online and use a VPN only as a way to make the web a little less dangerous, and not as the ultimate privacy guarantee. If you want to be sure that you'll pick a safe VPN option, as I said, I've left my best recommendations in the description, along with their current biggest deals and discount codes. That said, I hope this video cleared some things up, and thanks for sticking around till the end. I'll see you in the next one.